Can this be the best fully electric mid-size SUV on the market? Let's have a look into that. This is the brand new Porsche Macan EV Electric, and this is my full review. Welcome to It's Only Electric. Let's start. The Macan measures 4.8 meters with a wheelbase of 2.9, curb weight 2.3 tons. So it's heavy, but it also carries a big NMC battery pack between those two wheel axes with a gross capacity of 100 kilowatt hours and a net capacity of 95. The certified WLTP range spans just above 600 kilometers. This one though, the 4 with the 21-inch spider rims, has a certified range of 558 kilometers. It has two permanent magnet motors. The one at the rear is more powerful, putting out more horsepower than the one here at the front. Combined output, 387 horsepower or 285 kilowatts. When you activate launch mode, you get up to 408 horsepower or 300 kilowatts, 650 newton meters of torque. It's a powerful car. 0 to 100 in 5.2 seconds, top speed 220 kilometers per hour. These rims looks really good. It's the spider wheels, they are not standard. It's a staggered setup, 21-inch wheels, 255s here at the front, 295s at the rear to support the more powerful motor at the back. Porsche is great at charging. That also goes for the Macan. It's equipped with two charge ports. In this case, it's manual. You can equip it with a power charge port. This side is the home charging. The AC charging supports 11 kilowatts of top speed. On the left side of the car, you have the DC charge port, also supports AC charging. But when it comes to the DC charging, 10 to 80% should take 21 minutes. That's really great. And that's achieved thanks to the 800 volt system that this car has. So with a top speed of 270 kilowatts. That's impressive. That's really good. And I'm gonna test the charge time, 10 to 80% in a later video. So stay tuned for that one. So the overall Porsche design also goes for the Macan. I mean, it's a sleek, sporty looking car, more roundly shaped than edgy. If you look at the hood here, sloping downwards, and these bumps here resembles, or for me, looks like a frog with the eyes hidden underneath those bumps. This is the daylight running lights, and the actual headlight unit is placed underneath here. And that's, by the way, is a matrix LED light. Gives a perfect light image during nighttime. Air ventilations, actual real ones, redirecting the flow to the wheel arches. A closed grille, and underneath that, a real grille. And this blank area here, the flat surface, is a radar. Just above the radar, there is a front-facing camera for supporting the 360 view. And this is a very big air spoiler. Overall, I think the Macan looks great. Some of you may not be able to distinguish this new Macan compared to the old facelifted one. But I think this design is much better and more in line with other cars in the lineup. Underneath the hood, there is a frunk with a storage capacity of over 80 liters. That's really good. A simple yet powerful rear design of the Macan with all the focus on the rear taillight, with a light bar going through the whole back end of the car. A big Porsche text on top of that. Just underneath the Porsche text, there is a backup camera with a built-in washer. That's really needed because this is going to be dirty during winter time. A hidden air spoiler. This folds and unfolds on the screen or automatically depending on your travel speed. When it comes to practicality, you open the boot by clicking a small hidden button just next to the backup camera. Total boot capacity, 540 liters here at the rear. Combined with the 84 liters at the front, you get over 620 liters of total boot capacity. Underneath here, there is not much to see. I mean, this one is equipped with a Bose sound system, so this is the subwoofer taking up a lot of space. So you may be able to store a charge cable here to the left. Otherwise, this area is not that usable. Foldable seats split into 3 parts, 40, 20, 40. You fold them by pulling the levers here on each side, folds flat, really practical. And this car is equipped with a semi-automatic tow hitch with a tow capacity of 2 tons, 2,000 kilograms. Since this car is equipped with air suspension, you can also lower it for easier loading by pressing this button to the right. As you see here, cargo nets at both sides and some straps securing your cargo, and also 4 hooks all around the boot. Let's jump into the back seat and start out by testing the size and comfort space here at the rear. I was hoping for a bit of a bigger rear seat, to be honest. This is my immediate reaction and the first time I actually sit here at the rear. But as you see, the front seat is adjusted off to my driver position. I'm 193 centimeters tall, or 6'4". My knees are touching. Good thing is that my feet is possible to squeeze underneath the front seat. Really good space for your feet. When it comes to headroom, also a bit cramped. I mean, if I sit straight, I touch the headliner. If you sit here in the middle, you will have a bit more of a space thanks to the glass roof. But for me here at the side, I'm touching it slightly. It's not a big deal because I can still sit straight, but a bit cramped. Maybe not the best position for me, but I'm not the example of someone to put here, just to state that clear for you guys, because I know that you're going to comment on that. When it comes to comfort in general, the seats are okay. This is the leather, it's equipped with the leather seats, so the materials feels good. Perforated seats, they are heated in both outer positions, and there is here at the mid console a control panel with a small climatronic screen. You can activate the seat heating with the touch buttons here. Also change the flow of the air and adjust temperature. So it's equipped with a 4-zone Klima, actually, the Macan. So 2 zones at the front and 2 zones here at the rear for the best comfort for all 4 passengers. Manual adjustable air vents to redirect the flow. A small pocket here for storing mobile phones and chargers, or cables maybe. Individual headrest in all 3 positions. You can adjust them height-wise. And here in the middle you have the armrest, well cushioned, exactly as in the Porsche Taycan. 2 adaptive cup holders, they are not deep. Normal soda cans will fit perfectly in this one. If you go for something higher, it will probably tilt and fall to the sides. Otherwise, good position of it. Maybe a bit too high, at least for me. As you see, my shoulder is like leaning too much upwards, so not the most perfect position of it. Otherwise, good to have, and a comfortable back seat. Shades, built-in shades. So if I pull the lever for the power window controller, it will unfold the sunshade. And the good thing with this is that I actually prefer not to have the rear windows toned or tinted, because I prefer seeing the outside when I want to. And with this setup, it's all up to you. So it's really convenient for the rear passengers to have this side view curtains. Let's move over to the front and let's start with the door sound. Porsche normally builds solid doors, even if it's frameless, but double pane windows, both here in the front and at the rear, will probably help the sound of the door be a bit better. Yeah, solid as expected. It doesn't even sound frameless, and Porsche know how to do frameless doors. I said the same thing for the Taycan, actually. Impressed by the door sound and the quality in general. It's a good build quality inside this car. Let us start with the layout here at the mid console this time. Armrest, not adjustable, cushioned, so comfortable seating position here. With some storage, it's a bit small and there's no charging outputs here. In front of that there is two deep and big cup holders with ambient lighting built into that. In front there is a hidden compartment for storing things, but also two USB-C ports and one 12-volt outlet. On top of that, as you see, there is a control panel. This is something good. They have managed to move away from only having digital buttons to have a combination with a small screen for adjusting the temperature of the two climate zones here at the front, also activate and deactivate functions and the airflow capacity. You also have the seat heating functionality here at the front as you have in the back, and a nice volume knob for controlling the volume on the media as such. So the most important feature is actually placed directly here in a modern way. I think it looks good. In front of that there is a small compartment, and this is the Qi charger, and it's ventilated, so convenient place to have your phone in. And Porsche obviously thinks that you should avoid looking at your phone whilst driving. That's a good point. And the good thing is that it has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay wireless, so you can really put away your phone. You don't need to care about it because you have all the functions necessary for your drive on the central screen. On top of that, there is manual air ventilations, the hazard lights. You can also turn off the traction control and the ventilation flow here. It also has a classic glove box with some decent storage. So all in all, storage is okay with this mid console, this armrest, the door pockets, and on top of that, that one. Let's move on to the screens. There is a couple of screens in this car. Interesting layout. Unfortunately, I'm not able to turn them on. This seems to be a software bug. If you listen, it's obviously active and I can change things like the suspension, but it's turned off. I can't see anything on the screen. I don't know how to solve that. Okay, let's just pretend they are on, because they were on recently and they have worked all the time. I have been driving the car for a couple of days now, but this haven't happened before. And I don't think I did anything specific with the settings. Okay, never mind. There's three screens. To the left, we have the instrument cluster. That's 12.6 inch. Really nice colors, good resolution, good graphics. To the right here in the center is the media or central screen, 10.9 inch. And this specific car is equipped with an extra passenger screen where you can control things like media, looking at the map, such easy features. That's also a 10.9 inch screen. So 3 screen setup, and they are all companioned by a great AR head-up display. Lacks a bit of a focus. It's a bit fizzy when you look at it, but the functions and the information is great. I mean, I don't even need the instrument cluster when looking at the head-up display. So it's a great addition. 3 screens and a head-up display. And when it comes to the materials as such, this is a Porsche. It's nice stitching on top of the dashboard, very good incorporated or hidden ambient lighting, and all the materials and the fit and finish is nice. Everything is very sturdy. I'm comparing this to the mid-console of the Ford Explorer. It's a whole nother world. This is so solid, it's so well built. There is no strange sounds, no squeaking when touching the things here in the car. Steering wheel, this is also a extra equipped steering wheel with some extra details. Looks really good. From now on you have the dry mode selector, here at the lower right side. On top of that, you have the nice looking kind of floating physical control buttons, really easy to use. 2 scroll wheels, 1 on each side. So to the right side you have the phone control and in general the control for switching the content in the head-up display but also in the instrument cluster. To the left you have the voice control activation, the media controls like volume and skip song, and a diamond-shaped custom button. That one is to bound to your favorite function. I have it bound to or mapped to deactivating and reactivating the speed limit warning. Really convenient, so just with one tap I deactivate that. Behind the steering wheel or in front of the steering wheel, depending on how you see it, there's 3 stalks. At the left bottom you have the new stalk for the self-driving functions or the speed assist functionality, also lane keeping assist is all adjusted from the left side. On top of that you have the light stalk for the signals, etc. To the right you have the traditional stalk for the window wiper control. Just in front of that you have the gear selector. That's the lever here. I like that, really nice and sturdy feel to it. Works all the time and is easy to get used to, and the park button is placed on top. To the left of the steering wheel you have the power button. This is really good. I have always complained about having the power on button to the right, because when you open the door sometimes you may want to just reach in and turn it off or on, and that's a lot harder when you place it on the right side. So I think this is the right thing to do. Place it on the left side. Good work here. When it comes to the doors, as you see, the ambient lighting continues. Soft touch materials with stitching on top. The good materials continues down all the way to the lower part of the door, and the plastics here at the lower part is also good, and there is a good amount of storage in the door pockets. And this car is equipped with the Bose sound system, so it's not running the standard sound system, and it's good. It's a good sound system. The thing I miss though is some extra settings, especially equalizer settings. You can only set bass and treble, nothing else. There's only 2 levers for adjusting the sound image, and there is a subwoofer at the back. What I don't like is that the treble is way too strong, so the highs is too strong, and it actually hurts a bit in my ears. So even if I lower the treble, it's still a bit too sharp. Otherwise it's good. It's good. The bass is good, and it's a good system. It's more than enough for this car. I wouldn't go for a more expensive one, but if you're very sensitive to the highs, it may be a bit too sharp for you. And I think that's all about the interior. It's time to drive the car, because I mean Porsches really needs to be driven. That's the main thing with a Porsche. Let's go. So finally the screens are back on. I needed a soft reset of the system. By Googling, I found out that if you press and hold the volume knob, the volume wheel here at the mid console for 30 seconds, you will reset the screens. It will reboot the system, and that helped out. So after having dark screens for over an hour, I'm back on track. Let us start the drive test. As I said, the drive mode selector, there is 4 different drive modes: off-road, normal, sport, and sport plus. I think it's necessary to test the differences between normal and sport plus. And you see here on the screen, there is a couple of different settings connected to that drive mode. You have the drive mode itself. That's more how responsive the accelerator is and how much power you get, and how the 2 motors are cooperating. Chassis control, that's the stiffness of the dampers. Level, that's the height of the car. And then you have the spoiler. That's the rear spoiler, creates a bit of a drag if you have it unfolded. You don't want that in normal or in low speeds. It will only add to the consumption. So in normal, the steering is okay. It's not that direct. Car is a bit softer. You have a small amount of body roll, even if this is a tight car. And the accelerator, it's responsive, but it's not as responsive as in Sports Plus. I'm going to jump over to Sports Plus first soon. And the suspension gets softer, more comfortable, seems to handle like uneven surfaces and bad roads fairly good. It's still a bit too the harsher side. I mean, it's a sporty car, and driving around on 22-inch Spider rims, of course, ruins a bit of the driving comfort. But for me, I think this is still more than okay. It's still a very comfortable car, even if the suspension together with the wheel setup is a bit harsh sometimes. If you go back to Sport Plus, let's accelerate. It's a bit quicker than in normal, and you feel the steering gets a bit more direct, a bit more responsive, and the car stiffens up. So the suspension gets firmer and you get less body roll. Because what it does also is that it lowers the suspension. So going from normal down to low also makes the car more settled to the ground, closer to the ground, and it's nice because it is sporty. Let me push it a bit. But yeah, this is a fun car to drive, and when you floor it, when you press it, you will really feel that it's more rear wheel drive bias. You have a lot more power at the rear axle compared to the smaller motor here at the front. Both are permanent magnet motors, but there is a big difference. So it gives you that nice rear wheel drive push that classic Porsches does. Not that much, of course, since it's still four-wheel drive, but you feel it. And it's engaging. It's engaging, and it's very tight. Despite being so heavy, dragging around that big battery pack, the wheels and the suspension, the direct steering, you feel the road. That's good, because electric cars can sometimes be a bit too numb. In this case, it's not, because you feel the uneven surfaces, you feel the road in your hands through the steering wheel. So they have managed to keep the driving dynamics, the drive feel of the car. And it's stable, it feels good, and it takes the corners nice and firm. This is a fun car to drive. And at the same time, the good thing is that it's still comfortable. It's a really good mix. I haven't talked that much about the software and the screens as such. It works very similar to the Taycan. Same user experience, same functions. The screen all the way to the right is an extra screen for the passenger that's not included as a standard. That gets prismatic, so now it's on. But when someone sits here and activates functions, it gets dark. It doesn't get dark, but for me, as a driver, I can't see it. I can't see the content on the screen. Now I can, but now it's just a logo type, just says Macan. So when someone sits there, it gets cut off for me. For the driver not to be distracted by what's happening on that screen. The user experience is nice. I mean, Besides having the issue with the screens turning off, I haven't experienced any other bugs. What I miss is the preconditioning function, the manual preconditioning function of the battery pack before charging, because that's not possible to turn on manually as in the Taycan, because in that car you can't do that. So I hope they will add it to this one too, because I think that's an important feature, because you need to navigate to a certain charge point in the built-in navigation, a fast charger, to be able to preheat the pack. And the instrument cluster doesn't either show you the charge speed at the current state of charge and the current conditions. And that's something I miss, because that's really good information if you want to optimize your trip, your charging experience, and the time spent on that specific charger. So we can plan better trips if you have better information. So I hope they will add that too. Otherwise, crisp and clear screens, easy to navigate, and the good thing is that they have built-in support for Android Auto wireless and Apple CarPlay, also wireless. The steering wheel is tight and nice, heated. And the seats here at the front is also heated. Headrests adjustable, not in Y-axis, only X-axis, so you can pull it out this way to get better support. They are cushioned, so they are soft and nice. And the seats as such gives me good support, because there is a extendable thigh support on this extra equipped 14-way seats. So we can extend the thigh support and adjust the angle upwards, and it gives me a really pleasant driver position. I like the seats of the car. And even if they are not that super sporty, they are more to the sporty side than to the comfortable side. Because, I mean, they are comfortable, but they also give you good support, especially at the back. The seating could have been a bit more supportive with bigger side bolsters. What I also like is that the driver information in the instrument cluster and in the head-up display is really good. You get everything you need and more than that, because you can customize the view to be more Spartan, just to show you the speed, for instance, or you can incorporate the map. Let us have a look at the regen. There is 2 different modes of regeneration. It's a bit hidden, because if you go to the drive mode selector, there is a small symbol at the right lower corner. Press it, set it to off, and it coasts. So that's the coasting mode. When you set it to on, that's the regen light mode. And as I said with the Taycan, Porsche doesn't really work with one-pedal driving, very far from. It's a very, very limited amount of regenerative braking when you let go of the accelerator. It will not come to a full stop. And the way it works is more or less that when you press the brake pedal, it will regen. So the amount of regen is regulated by your foot when pressing the brake pedal. And please, if you go for a Macan or a Taycan, please add the Porsche Sport Sound. Please do that, because it's so much more fun having that sound, because it's so good executed. It's so nice to have, elevates the sportiness of the car. Despite being just a sound, even if it's artificial, it's really good. It is possible to add rear wheel steering. To be honest, the car is not long enough to need it, because the turning radius is still good. The car doesn't feel too big. It's still nimble, so I wouldn't waste my money on 4-wheel steering, because I think this is nimble enough. And you don't get that artificial response when taking tight corners. So now we have been looking at the exterior, the facts, the back seat, the interior, the overall quality, the driving dynamics of the Porsche Macan. I have been driving this car for a week, and I will try to summarize it the best way and try to reflect my opinion and my view on the Porsche Macan. Overall, I think this is an attractive package, especially looking at the exterior and the build quality, the premiumness of the car. The price point of the Macan starts at 940,000 Swedish crowns or around 80,000 euros. This car though is not entry level, it's the 4 version, so all-wheel drive. It has a lot of extra equipment, the chrono watch on top of the dashboard, the bigger Spider rims, 22-inch, the glass roof, the exterior color, the air suspension. There is a lot of add-ons. So this specific car costs 1.2 million Swedish crowns or around 105,000 euros. So that's the price point we are looking at here. And as always with Porsche, you need to add most of the stuff because it's not included from the start. So if you want to have a well-equipped Porsche, you will end up in that higher numbers, probably over 100,000 euros. I mean, you feel that this is a Porsche, and when you look at it, it doesn't look electric. It looks as a traditional Porsche. It looks modern, it looks sleek. It doesn't scream, I am electric. And I think for a lot of people that may be a good thing, because that follows Porsche's regular DNA. One thing that makes me a bit disappointed is, or actually 2 things. Let's start with the bigger thing, and that's the interior space, especially the back seat. I mean, given the overall size of the car, 4.8 meters, compared to like cars in similar size, or a bit smaller actually, like Tesla Model Y or Volkswagen ID4, etc. This one is smaller on the inside, despite being bigger on the outside. The lack of legroom is a bit disappointing. And that tells me that Porsche is prioritizing and focusing on attractiveness on the outside. Isn't that a bit shallow? I mean, that's one of the key points of driving a Porsche. The outside is important. The looks of the car, the design comes first. And that also goes for the Porsche Macan. That's obvious. But it's still good enough when it comes to space inside. It's not best in class, but it's good enough. The second thing is annoying. And that's the seatbelt buckles. When I drive around, it always hits. If you don't have a passenger, this will keep hitting the B pillar all the time and create a lot of annoyance. And it doesn't matter how far up or how far down you put it. And I mean, you can't control that every single time you're driving alone. That will really create some headache. It feels like they haven't tested that. I mean, that's the first obvious thing you really recognize when driving the car for yourself. That's really annoying, and I hope they fix that, because the solution is very simple, but yet so annoying. If you can afford it and want a sporty looking mid-size SUV with nice, really nice driving dynamics, it's really tight. The steering is really direct and without being numb. You feel the road, and the air suspension also does its job. It doesn't kill the driving experience. It doesn't kill the drive fun. It stiffens up the car when needed, and it's fun to drive. This is one of the better, if not the best, driving experience in this segment if you go all electric. So what do you think about the Macan? Share your thoughts right in the comments below. And as I always say, like, subscribe and engage. And most importantly, stay electric. Thank you for watching. Speak to you soon.